Hey guys, and welcome to day 6 of my series of daily morning shaves. So when I started the series, I just wanted to do daily morning shaves for 5 days before going into work so I could go in with a nice shave. I just wanted to see if my skin could put up with the daily irritation of shaving, and it absolutely held up great. I have no irritation. It's doing better now than it was after 5 days of shaving than it was at the beginning of the week. I'm really happy with the way that this has turned out. I was also testing the endurance of the blade in my Merkur 37C. At the beginning of the week, I put a fresh Persona Lab Blue blade in here, and the blade is holding up great. So I decided to extend this series, keep it going until this blade gives out. So today's going to be day 6 on it, so I'm excited to see how it does. So for today's shave, I'm going to be once again using my Semogue 1250 boar brush. Still wearing this thing in, but with every shave, this brush continues to get better. That's an amazing thing about the Semogue brushes. In terms of boar brushes, there's two main producers, like Omega, which is from Italy, and then Semogue, which is from Portugal. And I feel like the Omega brushes, they wear in a lot more quickly. You know, by the time you get into like 10 shaves, it's really worn in and you're feeling good. Semogue, they take a little bit longer. They are more expensive brushes. I think that they just have a little bit better attention to details. They have like the metal rim around here, things like that. They take a little bit longer to wear in, maybe upwards of 20 shaves or more, but they just continue to get better and they're just really amazing brushes. Not the point of today's video, but just something I wanted to mention. Also in today's video, I'm going to be using the Barrister & Man Bay Rum scented soap. I love Barrister & Man. I haven't used it for a while, so I'm excited to go back to this soap. It's definitely been a while, but this is an absolute top soap for me. So I just got out of the shower, so my facial hair is nice, hydrated, cleaned out, ready to go. And the brush was soaking while I was in the shower. One thing I want to mention about soaking your brush, put the water to about here, maybe 2/3 of the way up the hairs, because you're soaking the brush upside down like this in a cup or something. I just have a coffee mug here that I soak in. But you want to put it here. Don't go all the way, because then the water will start soaking up into the knot itself and onto the handle, and it can damage the knot in the handle. It can lead to more hairs falling out. It can crack the handle. It can lead to increased wear at an earlier time frame. So you want to put it to about here, and it'll soak all the way up through a capillary action. It'll pull up the water all the way through all the hairs, but only put the water to about there. Anyway, just a little side note. Go ahead and re-wet the hairs here, bring them out. There's still plenty of wetness behind in the brush, and we'll load up the puck. So yesterday's shave, I used the RazoRock Mutterfucker, and that is one of their shaving soaps that contains tallow in there, along with stearic acid and coconut oil. Those are the top ingredients. I absolutely love the RazoRock soaps, especially those that have tallow in there. They just give such a crazy, voluminous, stable lather, very slick, great post shave. I enjoyed that shave all day long, and the Mutterfucker, that scent is awesome. I think that's really where RazoRock, aside from their performance, which is incredible, I think that's where it really stands out. Their scents, great scents. They're inspired by Italian colognes and stuff like that, but it's I'm always very impressed with their scents. Plenty loaded up. I'm going to add to my face a little bit of hot tap water and the lather that was coming off the puck here. Anyway, RazoRock, I actually did not include them in my first video of my favorite shaving soaps and creams, and that upset many people. At that time, I just was not getting top performance from them. I think I hadn't used any of their tallow soaps at that point, and in the Chicago hard city water there, they just did not quite have the slickness that other soaps had. But now I have a little bit softer tap water, and RazoRock has absolutely gone into my top soaps, like by far. They're among like my absolute favorite, like cannot live without shave soaps at this point. So for whatever that's worth, that's just been my experience with the soaps from RazoRock. Here we go. We go into a face lather. And this is the Bay Rum from Barrister & Man, like I mentioned. And it's got a pretty strong, definitely clove. I'm also getting a good amount of cinnamon and orange in there. They have some, I think it's sweet orange essential oil in there, and I can definitely scent that. It gives it more of kind of like a Christmas holiday-y scent rather than like your more typical Bay Rum, though that is definitely in the scent profile of this soap. So they even mention this on their sites, on their website. It's a very thirsty soap. So you can add in a lot of water here, and the lather remains stable. Beautiful lather. Tons of lather too. I definitely overloaded the brush there. I was talking, not really paying attention. Here you go. Like I said, Mercor 37C Persona Lab Blue Blade, 6th shave on this blade. Light up on the sideburn and get going. Which I can definitely tell a step down in performance of this blade from yesterday. It's not dull, it's doing great. I'm not really feeling any tugging. Just doesn't have quite the same edge that it had before. But I'm still plenty happy with the way it's performing. Great lather, very stable. Alright, first pass. Lots of slickness left behind from this soap. This feels very close. Not as close as it may have felt in like past days. I don't know. Actually, my neck feels really close. So it did do a great job there. The blade's still cutting for sure. All right, let's go back, add in some lather. Great lather. This has always been my experience with the Bear Stearns Man soaps. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go a full second pass here on my upper face, cross grain. Since this is my cleanup pass, I'm gonna pull out the lather and feel around. Alright, feeling good. I just cut this mole. I have a mole here underneath my nose. I've never cut that before. This blade is definitely starting to lose its edge, but I'll talk about more of that in just a minute. I'm going to clean it up for some final remarks. Alright, day 6 of daily morning shaves, and this shave feels great. Wow. When I'm feeling around there on my face with the lather on, you can really feel like, you know, if you didn't get anywhere really close, something like that, you have the advantage of having the slick lather on there, so you can really feel around really quickly and pick up really small inconsistencies. But once I take off the lather and feel behind here, that was a very good shave. Wow, no irritation, great post shave, typical of the Bear Stearns Man soaps. They have in there, what is it? I know they have lanolin in there, which helps give a nice post shave. A few of the good shaving soaps have that in there. Along with like cocoa butter, shea butter, things like that that just really add to a nice post shave. Anyway, this feels great. You know, I did cut that mole like I mentioned, but it's really not much of anything. It just kind of stopped by itself. But I do think that the blade is starting to lose its edge. It's not that it's not sharp. Like, I did 2 passes there and it felt good, but it just wasn't quite as smooth. I don't know, it just adds it just kind of pulls, it just doesn't quite feel right. It's not as good of a shaving experience as it is with a fresh, clean blade. So I think that this might be it for the blade. 6 days, definitely impressed with that, especially in a slant head razor. I mentioned in one of my other videos, slant head razors or open comb razors, ones that are more aggressive, that have more aggressive blade exposure to your skin, they wear out your blades at a quicker rate. Just because your blade edge is out there getting contact with your skin, it's getting worn. You know, if you put more miles on your tires on your car, they're going to wear out more quickly. Same with this. More aggressive, you're using it more, it's going to get worn out more quickly. But 6 shaves is very impressive. Granted, these were 6 daily shaves, so I didn't have like 2 or 3 days of growth to go through. It was 1 day of growth, which is very quick to get down. You know, I pretty much did like 1 pass and cleaned up for most of the days. So wasn't really testing, you know. So if you're comparing this to shaving with 2 or 3 days of growth and you might only get 2 or 3 shaves out of the blade, that could explain some of that difference there. But very happy with this. Awesome post shave here. I feel very nice and hydrated. No irritation, just that one little cut there. Once again, Nivea post shave balm in the original scent, or the original strength. There's a little bit of alcohol in there compared to the sensitive. Add that. A little bit of burn. Anyway, thank you guys for watching these videos and for sticking with me for these 6 daily shaves. I've really enjoyed doing these videos. It's been a nice component of my day to film every morning and put up this video for you guys. Really enjoyed all the feedback. I've been learning a lot, so thank you guys for commenting. I try to get back to as many people as I can. And yeah, I'm considering doing maybe a daily morning shave for all of December, or at least part of December. Keep it going because I'm really enjoying it at this point. So think about going. There's lots of different products I want to test out and try, and this could just kind of be a good time for me to just do some non-review videos, but just kind of daily shaving videos and what I'm using, and go back to different products and try different things. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you're interested in seeing in videos. If there's something you want to see, some sort of brush, razor blade, soap, post-shave, pre-shave, anything like that, let me know. I'm more than happy to work those in and talk about them and give you guys my review or my experience with those products. So thank you for watching and stay tuned. More videos to come.